Well, hello, my beautiful Pisces. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career or money reading for the end of March, right through the end of April 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I'll never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Pisces, this is your career and money reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. And of course, you can see I'm in a different environment. I've gone to visit different family members because I haven't seen them for years and years and years. And I will be back in my usual space in the next week and a half or so. So I just thought I'd explain why the setup looks a little bit different. But let's get straight to your reading. Your first house is currently governing you, and that's all about the self, your identity. So some of you, when it comes to your career, you'll be looking at what makes you unique, what skill set you have that makes you stand out from the crowd. But also some of you could be revamping your business look in some way, or how you express yourself in your career. This is a time where you find grounding, where you feel like you belong in the workplace or the working environment. And if you're unhappy with any aspect of your current circumstances, now is the time to focus on setting changes in motion to make things work out for the better for you. Now, also your 8th house will take over from that, and that's all about, basically your joint finances, mortgage repayments, payment plans, credit card bills, credit card debt. Home is where your heart is, so you're really going to establish yourself in a structure of stability. And of course, this is a house where you're transforming your finances for the better. So you're going to be making sure there's more money in your pocket long term. So you may be more budget focused this month. Also, you're going to set out money-making ideas into practice because it's a great time to capitalize on those ideas. I mean, your first card there is inspiration. So lots of new ideas coming towards you. You've got the 2 of Pentacles there. So some of you may be thinking about second streams of income, how to increase using your new ideas or launching new businesses or even branching out if you're in a career already. Some of you may set to educate yourself, to upskill in order to open yourself up to a different pay grade. This could even come in the form of like a certification or qualification there. But I can see that you're going to be super focused on your finances because you've got 2 of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. So there is an increase of money coming in for you, but this could be something that you're starting up. We will check that out. I mean, for some of you, it's a bonus. If you're in a company that's doing quite well, which economically things are a little bit strained. So some of you are looking at how to cut back or budget or, streamline your expenses. This could come in the form of like ending subscriptions that perhaps you've had for quite some time or downsizing those subscriptions in some way, in order to, get the best of both worlds. There may even be discounts that you're going to find over the next coming weeks that really benefit you. So you could actually find the same product. I see it's like quality over quantity. You'll find the same product that you're hoping to purchase, but you're going to find it at a discount. So I definitely see a lot of that happening here for you. Looking at your finances, I gotta say this month it's kind of like business as usual. And I feel like you're, in a cycle of repeat, doing what you did pretty much last month. I know that sounds like a little bit boring or dull. Sometimes the 8th house feels a little bit like that. And you do have the 8 of Pentacles here as well, which means, you're working really hard for the money that you're creating right now. But with that Ace of Pentacles, there's some new money coming in. Now, this could be a tax rebate if it's tax time for you. It could also mean that there's a bonus available. But ultimately, your first card there is the card of inspiration. It's the Star card energy. So this is really about you aligning yourself with your wishes and your dreams. And also, it's a card of revamping money with your choices. So this card, it's about getting clear on what you need to do in terms of your finances, but also, with all those lovely ideas coming in, inspiring you for the month ahead. I feel like it can be very productive, very goal-oriented. But also I feel like with the Tower in the resistance position, you're actually, keeping things ticking over and there's no real shocks or surprises. Now, I have to say, some of you beautiful Pisces, if you've come to this reading and you're currently out of a job or you're looking for work, maybe some of you are putting your resume out there to find new opportunities. You may have felt a little bit stuck in a rut, but I see that there is a new opportunity being offered to you. I have to say it's employment that's going to offer you a fair amount of money, but you will work really hard for it, okay? I definitely see that what you put in, you get out. So some of you may even step into some sort of commission-based work at some point. Some of you may even dip your toe into like seasonal work or some sort of freelance work at the same time as doing something that's like long-term contractual. So I feel some of you are opening yourself up to alternative lines of finances there. But this is a card really of, being inspired to do something creative. So I definitely see that, even if you're not working in a creative industry, you're going to be very creative with your finances to make your resources go a long way. But the Star energy indicates that there is a brighter future to look forward to. So I definitely see here that you're getting clarity of where you are right now in your current working environment. If some of you have been working in a toxic environment or you had some shocks, maybe some plot twists, some surprises there in your current working environment recently. And some of you may be healing from those. So it could be like a conversation with somebody where, perhaps there was some sort of discrepancy or some sort of disagreement there, and you're just healing in the working environment. Or some of you have walked away from a toxic environment and you're restructuring your current circumstances. I definitely see new opportunities for anyone who is currently out of a job or was made redundant, because we do have the Tower there. So this could be something that you're healing from, especially since the Star energy is your first card there. It indicates, you're getting over something that perhaps happened in the career sector for you. And, the best is yet to come. It may not feel like it right now. It may feel that there are some strained energy or you feel a little bit scattered, but the next 6 weeks, you're going to be super focused, really organized, and really on it when it comes to your career. But also the Star energy is about standing out from the crowd. So if you're currently looking for a new opportunity, I feel shining your wonderful light and having confidence in your skill set, because you're naturally very gifted. You're very talented at what you do. And I definitely see that there's a new contract here available to you that you will sign in the next 6 weeks. With the Eight of Pentacles, I feel like you may even learn on the job as well there. So even if you're in a job right now and you're looking for alternative work, I definitely see something new coming in. So if you're currently hunting for work, I see new opportunities arriving for you, and there is going to be an increase in money, but I have to say it's a small increase there. If you're in a long-term employment right now, I feel like there is a bit of a bonus coming in. I feel this is more April time for you. That's what I'm feeling there. And then it's like business as usual. So there may be a small bonus coming in there as well. Now, with the Two of Pentacles, this is really about balance. So I do see that your money towards the end of March, it feels like it's fluctuating, easy come, easy go. So, I feel like, you're paying out on bills, of course, and living expenses. I mean, we can all see that the prices of goods are increasing and the wages are kind of plateauing or, remaining the same basically. And you are trying to make, what you have go a long way. But the Two of Pentacles, it really indicates that, some of you may be moving finances around into like better interest rate accounts, for example, so that you can compound or create more interest for yourself. Some of you may be like shuffling finances around just to make your bills work this month. But the Two of Pentacles really is about looking at all the effort and hard work that you put in and the reciprocal exchange. If you feel like you're not getting the finances that you deserve in the current position you're in, I definitely see you searching for something more. Because with the star energy, I'm scrying in the water at the same time as doing your reading, they're showing me a lighthouse. Okay, now the lighthouse, of course, it emanates light to help ships avoid the rocks during storms, but it can also, I'm getting this sense of searching, so it could be that you're like putting the feelers out there for new opportunities or increases in your finances, opportunities to staircase. So right now I see there could be like a new opportunity offered to you, but it almost feels like it's not a promotion. I don't know how that could come there. It feels very much like you're inspired, you're creating new opportunities for yourself. But if you're in a long-term position right now, I feel like there's no real opportunities to step into a promotion. There could be like a new project that's offered to you with an incentive financially to take on the project. I feel like you're going to work really hard for it. For some of you, it could be that there's going to be some redundancies made in your current working environment, because we do have the Tower in the resistance position and the Four of Wands in the resistance position, which means separation or, downsizing. But you avoid this because the Tower in the resistance position is to avoid disaster. So, there could be someone leaving your current working circumstances. It could be a boss, or it could be someone who's been there for quite some time. And, it means like there's more work for other people. The work filters down because I feel like this person is not being replaced. So it's almost like, there's no room for maneuver where you're feeling that you're at right now. So you're looking at that glass ceiling. And some of you are like, reshuffling or trying to work out where you should take your career to the next steps. But I feel like you're consistently making a lot of effort in your career. And I feel there are some changes around you. So it could be that there's a merge going on in a company if you work for a company, or if you're an entrepreneur, I feel like, you could be branching out in some way or setting up second streams of income, or, almost extending your reach in terms of your company. But at the same time, don't spread yourself too thin, because the Two of Pentacles, it's to be juggling things. I feel like you're going to be super busy this month. I definitely see you're going to be spinning plates, whether you're an entrepreneur or you work in a company. I see there's going to be lots of paperwork, lots of tasks. You're just going to be on it. And I feel like you're going to prioritize and really hit those deadlines. The Knight of Wands there indicates that you are desiring some sort of new adventure in your career. I feel this is an energy really of inspiration, of being unstoppable in all of your endeavors, but it's also a card of entrepreneurship. So whether you are currently an entrepreneur or you're thinking about launching something, because this second stream of income coming in could be something like a startup, or it could be an idea that you've got. For some of you, it could be that you are decluttering the home space, because we have the Four of Wands here, which connects to the home space, and it's in the resistance position. So it tells me that some of you may be selling things from the home space to declutter things that you've outgrown, that you've evolved away from, and that you are drawing money in from selling. So I feel some of you could be doing something like that. But the Knight of Wands really is to do something bold and daring and be inspired. So if you're staying where you are in your career right now, it could be that you're having a fresh new approach in your career and excited to take things to the next level. I feel like there's this energy of you going above and beyond. And some of you may feel like you've been unappreciated or unnoticed, that you always go that extra mile. Well, the next 6 weeks, you're going to be noticed. You definitely stand out. And I feel like you are very busy. Knight of Wands is to set your goal. And of course, when you get to the Justice card, it indicates that you reach your goal, that you've had to put in some extra hours, or you've been, keeping things level. I also get this energy of, good karma coming back around. I do see lots of paperwork. I do see lots of documentation. With the Ace of Pentacles here, if you're starting something up that's new, like a company, I would definitely say make sure you go the correct legal route for your business, in alignment with taxes and things like that, because I feel like you can put yourself in a really good position to staircase financially later on, is what I'm being given. I don't really know what I'm talking about. I'm just being given this energy of, make sure you go the right way about setting up like a legal entity if you're becoming an entrepreneur. For some of you, you could actually be enlisting advice from someone who's already in this position, or you could be watching someone like online of how to do something or how to set something up, but you're putting your own unique spin on it. Ultimately, if you're in a career that you've worked in for quite some time, I just feel like you are excited to implement some sort of new idea or some sort of new approach in order to keep things really interesting. And we do have the Temperance card there. Now, the Temperance card is an interesting card in this position. For some of you with the Tower and the Four of Wands, if you're thinking about going into real estate, or, you're saving for a house, or, even wanting to move properties, I really get a sense here, you don't need to rush things. There's an energy of like, being a bit impatient about some sort of move or desire to be independent. I feel slow and steady wins a race, because there's better opportunities or better deals available to you if you don't rush into things. So I definitely see that, breathe. What is meant for you will never pass you by. I don't see any opportunities that perhaps you feel like you may have missed already. I feel like there's better that is yet to come. And it may not feel like it, but I feel things are taking, a nice turn for you. The page is turning almost like a chapter, and it's going to be really positive there as well. Now, basically with the equilibrium, this is about maintaining balance, but it's also a card of really connecting to your life's purpose, to blend all your energies. So some of you may feel like you're not utilizing all your skill set right now. You may feel that, there is more that you have to accomplish, and you may feel that either you've been overlooked or underestimated in some way, but I really feel that you are a force to be reckoned with this month, and I feel people are noticing your skill set. So I see recognition here. So this could be a recognition for some sort of bonus or award scheme. I'm actually seeing, it's interesting. It's like a little pin or badge that I'm seeing in the water right now. It's round. It looks almost like a brooch, okay, or a badge or a pin or something like that. And I feel this is like you representing either a company or representing yourself, and that you're proud of all the efforts. It's almost like a banner of pride in your work. Maybe that's you looking for value in what you do and purpose, but at the same time, it's almost like you're representing this pride that you have in everything that you do, because you're really gifted and talented. But I feel like there are some skills that you have that could be transferable either into a new role, or you feel like, you've come to a certain plateau in your career, almost like you've hit a glass ceiling, and you know that there is more to achieve. So you want to level up. And if you feel like you cannot level up in the position that you're in right now, I feel like you're being inspired and using those new ideas to either get yourself noticed, because you already have a really good reputation for what you do, because you go above and beyond. Also, you're very intuitive and instinctive in your career, as well as naturally gifted. And that's something that not everybody has. So also you're really good with people. You have a lot of empathy. So I definitely see you as a natural born leader, whether you are managing a team or whether you are someone who is leading the way as a maverick in your industry. If you're an entrepreneur, for example, I definitely see that you are trying to create an opportunity to blend all those skills, to put yourself in a position to get the best out of your everyday circumstances, and ultimately affect your pay grade. Because I feel there's an energy here of you looking at your pensions. The Eight of Pentacles there means you're looking at savings accounts, pensions. Some of you may even be looking at retirement ages and trying to work really hard now so that you can retire early. Or some of you are, deciding that it's time for you to retire, and you're looking at your finances and seeing how you can consolidate your finances or make things work. Because I see someone almost like tallying things up, almost like a budget, but I see it like, some people use apps to do that, but I'm seeing like old-fashioned pen to paper, which is what I love. I'm an old soul. I love pen to paper. I love to know where I'm at. It's almost like muscle memory. It feels like it's something solid if I've written it down myself. So I feel some of you may be creating budgets or writing things down of how much you have, like everywhere. and what's the next steps to either purchase something, especially if you're going into real estate. Don't rush it, because I feel like there's an opportunity to purchase something a little bit lower, because I feel like there's going to be a dip there. So you could have your eye on a property, for example, and you're keeping your eye on it. This is going to go down. So that's coming out there as well. Some of you, especially if you're an entrepreneur, but not necessarily only if you're an entrepreneur, I definitely see some of you wondering if you want to relocate your business or be abroad, or even be a little bit more nomadic, because I feel like you're trying to work out where you belong by following your soul song, following your heart. So I definitely see that you're a very hard worker. You invest your whole 100%. And with that Two of Pentacles, it does mean sometimes you overextend yourself or you go above and beyond. And sometimes balance, healthy boundaries at work are really important, because you will burn yourself out. And I feel with the Tower in the resistance position, so it is like you got it in the reverse there, okay? This is an indication that, some of you may have been avoiding something in your career, but in the next 6 weeks, it's not avoidable, is what I'm feeling. So this could be that your company that you work for is merging, restructuring, and there may be like a new contract that is available for everybody to sign. And you may have been like, you know what, I'm not signing that. I don't agree with it. I feel like it's giving you an opportunity to negotiate a better deal. Always read the fine print, because if there's something that you don't enjoy or don't want in that contract, I feel like you have an opportunity to either, negotiate that better deal or walk away from it, because I see new money. So it could be that there's a company merge going on or a restructure of management, which may mean that there's like filtered down a little bit more work. With the Eight of Pentacles, it tells me you are going to work really hard this month. I don't like to give that message, but I feel like you enjoy what you do. So, when I'm working hard, and I tend to put my whole heart and soul into everything, I really love it, and time flies by. The thing I hate the most is just sitting there aimlessly, not really knowing what to do next, or having finished everything and thinking, well, what am I going to do now, right? Because we have a certain amount of hours in a working environment. And, if you work for a company, for example, if cutoff time is like 9 to 5 and you've done all your work by 3 p.m., you can't just leave. You have to like find something else to do. So some of you may be finding like alternative tasks to do that perhaps you haven't got round to doing in the past because you've been super busy. But I see that in like the middle of April, you're going to have an opportunity to just like do all the tasks that perhaps are needed to be done, but you haven't got round to it. So I feel like you're going to be crossing loads of things off your list. Also, the Tower energy can indicate some of you are feeling a little bit isolated in your career right now. You may feel that, there's a clique, or perhaps you're feeling like it's time for you to work on something without any distractions. I mean, they're showing me that pin or badge again. So either some of you are going to find like a pin or a badge that has some sort of logo on it that is relevant to work. I mean, it could be like what I'm seeing is it's just a round pin and badge, and it's got colors on it, but it doesn't say anything. But some of you may find like a badge that says, works good, money's better, or something. I'm not sure. I'm just giving you like a slogan. I feel there may be some sort of pin or badge that you may find that gives you inspiration. And but I ultimately feel that this is about you being acknowledged or recognized within your industry and being proud of your work. It's almost like you're representing yourself, or you are representing a company with pride because you have a really good reputation. So that's coming out there as well. But the Tower in the resistance position, it literally means that you avoid disaster, but you may not be able to avoid some tasks that you've been, having to get on for quite some time, but you've been so busy that you haven't been able to do them. Also, with the Four of Wands there, some of you, you've been working so hard, you haven't been having any time to enjoy yourself. Also, especially if you're an entrepreneur, you may have been so busy, and if you work for yourself and you are the company basically, you may feel a little bit isolated, and you may not have had time for networking or meeting like-minded people. But with this card, I feel like you can't avoid it anymore. As you move into April, there are lots of opportunities for you to network or go to industry events that will help you meet like-minded people, so you don't feel so alone. Some of you may even think about co-working spaces, or if you're already in a co-working space and you haven't been able to concentrate, you may actually downsize there, because I feel this energy of downsizing coming from your reading. But ultimately, I feel, it's almost like if you're an entrepreneur, some of you maybe thinking about being in co-working spaces so you can meet like-minded people. But a majority of energy of my beautiful Pisceans who are entrepreneurs are thinking about leaving co-working spaces in order to downsize and have more money in your pocket because of your 8th house. The same applies to subscriptions and things that perhaps you don't use, because I feel, you're very pragmatic and practical. You don't tend to have things that you don't use. So I feel like you're actually going to be looking at things, subscriptions or service providers, perhaps maybe increasing their money or their weekly or yearly subscription at this time. And you may be like, what, actually I don't use that as much as I used to, so maybe it's time to get rid of that. So I feel some of you are looking at that as well. Now, for some of you, you may have been just diligently working away in an industry that you feel you've been ignored or not appreciated, but there is something to celebrate. You may have felt like you haven't really celebrated much in your career for some time, but there is some good news coming in and you will celebrate as you move into April. I feel it's like mid-April for you, okay? Mid-April. I would even extend it to the 3rd week of April for you. I feel it could be some new money. Or, maybe if you have assets, they may increase in some way. I know economically things are very difficult right now, so that's going to be very unusual, but I do see an increase. There is some sort of gift or opportunity coming in for you financially, and I feel there's going to be an exciting energy around it where you celebrate. Now, this could come in the form of a new client or a new project, or it could even be like a prize, a prestigious reward or award at your working environment, because I feel like you're being noticed. For some of you, and not all of you, I'm being given this energy of responsibility. So it could be like very simple, like someone is a fire warden, for example, and they're leaving their position, and then you're asked, do you want to be a fire warden? And you'd be like, yeah, you may love the responsibility, and also there is a financial incentive as well for you to, be involved in that. But I feel like with the 8 of Pentacles there, some of you may be launching some sort of new studying. You're opening yourself up to a course of study. This could come from volunteering to be a fire warden, for example. You have to go on a class, get the certification, and then there's an increase. I feel like there's an exchange of gifts for money in the next 6 weeks for you. Also with this card, this is the Justice card. This indicates, new contracts. Some of you, there's going to be some legal documents that you may have to look over. They're actually showing me as well a, what's that called? Oh gosh, it's such an obvious thing, but for some reason my brain is like not seeing what it's called. Magnifying glass, that's it. They're showing me a magnifying glass in the water right now. So this can indicate, make sure you pay close attention to fine print, or you may be needing to look over something in a closer detail. I feel like you're going to be paying close attention to something. It could be a legal document as well, but it could also be this sense of exchange, that you're looking at all your gifts, what you have to offer, because you offer a lot. With the 2 of Pentacles, you're someone who is very flexible. You're someone who is open to, giving the best job that you can give. And, you may feel that right now the rewards have not been equal to what you have been putting in. So you feel there's a desire for more. So I definitely get this exchange happening for you, a reciprocal exchange where things balance out. Also with this card, some of you, not only will you have a lot of paperwork to deal with, I feel some of you may need to sign some stuff off, but I feel this, again, it's almost like if you work in a company, I feel like you could be offered a project or new responsibility for a little bit more money, or there's a potential of a bonus here, but it doesn't feel like a promotion, okay? So it just feels like extra work trickling down. You may feel a little bit disgruntled at first, but at the same time, I feel like there is a small increase in money there. So you're like, okay, you're willing to do it for that. Some of you may increase your hours at the office if you work in an office, but I feel like it's worth it because there is a financial exchange there as well. Now, if you notice in all the cards you got for the overarching energy, there is musical notes there. So this is about fine-tuning your career sector, really paying close attention to the next steps and aligning yourself with something that is going to be very rewarding. So there's definitely some good news here. I'm being given two words: achieve goals, achieve goals. So you definitely achieve whatever it is you set out to do. Cause and effect, it means, all the effort you put in, there should be, an equal amount that comes out. And we all know that's not life. So I feel like you are readdressing the balance in some way, whether it's you putting your resume out there for new opportunities, because this Ace of Pentacles indicates new. Okay, this is the universe offering an opportunity that perhaps you haven't had before. But it's also a financial resource. I'm also being given, and this came up briefly, I think in the Cancerian reading, I'm not sure, maybe it's sort of corresponding because you're a water element. If you're in like a lottery syndicate in your working environment, or even in your family, I feel if people are like pooled together to do the lottery, there could be a small win on that as well. Okay, so that's coming through there. But ultimately, Ace of Pentacles, this could also be the start up of something. So if you're thinking about launching a new business or becoming an entrepreneur, or you are one and you are expanding your reach when it comes to your company, I feel that you're going to increase your finances quite quickly, actually. So if you've been an entrepreneur for quite some time and you felt that things have been slow, you've had to be really flexible, try new ideas, I feel like, this fresh revamp is actually going to work. And I feel it's going to increase your finances, increase your reach, but also increase your client list. Okay, so that's coming up there as well. But for the majority of you who are in a company and you work for like a company sector, I feel like there is some sort of bonus coming in. It could be a quarterly bonus or a yearly bonus. I'm not really sure. It could be quarterly because I'm being drawn to the number 4 for wands here. So it could be that your company did really well and they are going to trickle it down a little bit to the people who actually do all the work. But anyway, we've got the Eight of Pentacles here. And this indicates that you work really hard for your money, okay? 8 is the number of the self. So again, it's this energy of representing yourself, your skills, really being proud of yourself. But the 8 of Pentacles, it indicates that you're thinking of your financial future, and investing in the now is going to pay off in that future. And your future self is actually going to thank you for all the effort that you've been making throughout the couple of years that you've been working. Even if they're decades, I feel things are going to come full circle and be very profitable for you there as well. Now, of course, 8 of Pentacles indicates some of you may be thinking about upskilling or taking a class of learning or study in order to hone your skill set. But this ultimately means that you're in a repetitive cycle. So if you're currently looking for work, you may find an opportunity to join a company or have some sort of steady stream of income that is constant, but you'll do the same tasks or the same responsibilities for it over and over and over again. Some people, they may feel that it's boring to do the same thing every day, but actually it means you're honing what you do so well that you're a master or a mistress of your craft. You're so gifted and talented, and that sets you apart from other people. At the same time, you have a desire to do fresh new things. So I feel like you really are a pro at what you do, because you can, do the humdrum stuff over and over and over again, but also you can be really maverick, have new ideas and implement new structures in order to keep life interesting. But with that 8 of Pentacles, I feel like, it's going to be the same as it was pretty much last month. So if you're in a company that you work for, if you're an entrepreneur, I feel like it could be the same sort of thing as last month, but at the same time, there's a small increase in finances coming in for you, or you're starting up something that has a lot of potential. If you're launching something new, it definitely has a lot of potential there. But also, if you're currently looking for work, I feel like there is an opportunity being gifted to you that has so much potential to staircase your finances. So you may start at like a certain position or a certain pay grade, and this could be like a probation period, for example, where you have to work for 3 months and then you sign officially your contract, and then the money increases. For some of you beautiful Pisceans out there who are studying, this could be you're coming to the end of studying, or you're opening yourself up to job opportunities, seeing what's out there. I definitely see a great one coming in for you, okay? And you'll do really well in this. You'll be snapped up really quickly because you are an asset to any team or working environment. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. I'm actually seeing the word patrol right now as well. Patrol. P-A... Oh, sorry, P-A, so it's really cloudy in the water, P-A-T-R-O-L, patrol. So some of you, I mean, that could indicate that you are either in the services or you are taking like a security role, or perhaps it indicates that patrol indicates you're making sure that everything is secure. You're keeping an eye on things. So, I mean, it may be a spiritual indication, symbolic indication, as it were, that, you know, you're just keeping an eye on things, that they run smoothly right now in your career. And that's, you know, enough for now is what I see. Now, we do have ascension. That word, it was so random, so it may not resonate with everyone, but we do have the word ascension there. So this indicates that you are on the up. But again, I mean, it says gateway of gifts. So it feels like a bonus rather than like a promotion, as I said. Doesn't mean a promotion is not available. It just means the next 6 weeks, it feels very much like there's a financial incentive. It says you're shifting from one reality to a higher vibrational reality. Time to soar to new heights. Thriving, increase, and taking off. Okay? So if you are launching something, I definitely see that you're going to be fast-tracked, as it were, to success. But also, I mean, if you see at the top of that staircase, there is a star, and you start with the star there. You're making a wish. You're setting an intention, and the gateway is leading straight to that star. So you reach your goal. Very goal-oriented month, and you're going to reach whatever it is you set out to do. We also have gateway of gifts. So this is an opportunity being offered to you. It says here, keep doing what you're doing and your goodwill will come back to you tenfold. As I said earlier, it's like, you know, karma coming back to you. And it says generosity, windfall, and trade-off. So that's pretty much what I was trying to get at. You're looking at the trade for all the effort that you put into something and what comes back to you at this time. I'm just going to go and get some final cards before we close your reading. Thanks so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Pisceans? What else do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of? Ooh. Okay. Progress. Interesting that we got the turtles for you. I did mention that, you know, slow and steady wins a race. Don't fast track anything. If you're being offered a new contract, don't feel pressured into signing it. Sign it in your own time. If anyone is ever trying to pressurize you into something, it means that they benefit from that pressure and you do not. It means they want to try and fast track something, either to bamboozle you so that you don't see something in that contract, or, you know, they benefit in some way and it means you'll lose out. So just watch out for that. You know, anything good is never pressured. We've got the progress card there, and it says, slow but steady growth, take steps, persist long-term, things are going swimmingly, and you're in the flow. Okay, and if you think about a turtle, they also have the shell on their back, which indicates stability during difficult times. So I feel like, you know, even though economically things are difficult right now, I feel like you're in a really good position to be flexible and weather any storm. We've also got construct. It says there, tower of power. And that really is an indication of that tower working for you and not against you. Because the tower can make us feel sometimes that we're in a cycle of repeat. You know, it feels a bit boring, humdrum, but actually you've got security there. And you have to know the difference between complacency, staying in a position just because it's easy, just because it feels comfortable, or whether you want to reach for something else and get other opportunities. I feel, you know, sometimes we got to stay where we're at because it feels safe and secure in an economy, for example, that feels very difficult and volatile right now. So I feel like, you know, some of you, you're launching new things, but I feel like you've done a lot of due diligence to make sure that you're in the right position to do that. It says Tower of Power, corporate, high rank, building, banking, pinnacle, and being on top. So I definitely see that your trajectory is on the up. So you may be moving towards promotion. I feel the energy right now wants you more to focus on your skill set, to be flexible, recognize that you go above and beyond, and that there are rewards coming in for all of your hard work. And this could lead to opportunity, because I feel like now you're on a graph on the up, and you're like, building your reputation, and you're going from strength to strength. But also I feel there's an indication here that the tower that you've built for yourself is actually secure at this time. And I feel perhaps bringing in more reward financially. Just going to go and get a trinket or a rune before we close the reading. Thanks so much, Spirit Guides, and Angels. Can you please guide? Okay, we've only got one there. Interesting. We've got the octopus. Hope you can see that there on the camera. We got the octopus. Now, of course, that's tentacles. Could be like putting the feelers out for other opportunities or new projects or new clients. But also, there's an indication of, utilizing all your skills, blending all that energy, multitasking, spinning all the plates, with all those tentacles. So I do feel like you're going to be super busy, but I also feel like it's going to be very rewarding, and to use your intuition to take you to where you want to go. Because of course, octopus, very sentient beings, very intelligent, very high IQ. And I feel, you are utilizing your intelligence to increase your finances. It's not all about finances, but I feel that, you're investing a lot of energy, and you're making sure that you prioritize what's important at this time in your career, and your future self will thank you for that. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in that reading for you, my beautiful Pisceans. If it does, please like and subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Pisces, and love and light.